The recruitment and retainment of carers is tough. And we all know that our preferred option is to always keep children with their family, but that is not always possible. For the sector to continue to attract carers and to keep them, it's vital that their experience is second to none. At OzChild, it starts with the implementation of this strategy. Thriving families change lives. Hello, my name is Lisa Griffiths and I'm the Chief Executive Officer with OzChild. And I'm joined today by two really special guests, Helen and Sue, who together have more than 60 years experience as foster carers, which of course is hard to believe when they're only 35. Now they are two of OzChild's longest serving carers. In fact, Sue and Helen have been with OzChild for more than 30 years, and Sue has whispered to me, in fact, 47 years. Now, thank you for joining me today, and we're going to chat today about OzChild's carer strategy. Thriving families change lives. Now, the Thriving Families Carer Strategy cements OzChild's commitment not only to our carers, but to the whole carer household and their families, because it's our belief that thriving families enable everybody to reach their full potential. Now, we can't do that, of course, without our foster and kinship carers, and they can't do that without the support of their families. And it's very important that when we develop this strategy, that we consulted with our real-life carers and involve them in what is really important to do. We wanted to make sure, of course, that our carers' needs were met. So this morning, I'm going to ask these two lovely carers a few questions about what's really important to them about caring, and I'm really glad that you could join me today. Now, for both of you, what has your journey been like so far?
Busy, hectic, up and down. But the whole family's behind us, or we wouldn't be able to do it. It's, it's part of my life now. I wouldn't know what to do without it.
And probably over those years, how many children have you cared for?
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
I wouldn't even dare to count.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know how to count.
And Helen, what are some of the key points for you?
Well, Sue was one of the first carers that I met when I went along to the office in Mornington for information nights, and she was one of the first people that I met. And I became a part of her network very quickly, with all them being so much older than me. But it was good because I had a lot of people to reflect off. There was you and a whole host of others that were already friends, and I bounced off Sue anything I needed to ask her. I rang her, and we're still friends. Yeah. And I've got a huge network of friends now, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's almost like we have, what we refer to, of course, is a community of carers, so like a village of carers.
Absolutely.
And no doubt, as you've just said, you've made connections to each other and other carers over the years. And how valuable has that been to connect with other carers?
I don't think you'd get through it without being able to do that.
No.
You would not. You need to be able to speak to somebody about what's happening without telling every man and his dog.
It's not something that you can talk to your neighbour about.
No.
So you need to be able to talk to somebody who's going through it as well, and then nobody's going to judge what you're going through. Yeah, it's much better to have a network or a buddy system, as we have going now, to get your support from other carers.
Now, given that you ladies have been doing it for a long time, over more than 30 years for yourself, and 47 years, of course, with you, Sue. What's changed in that long period of time?
Well, what's changed?
Lots. Well, we used to do a lot more for the kids than we do now. I mean, we used to do a lot more transporting for the kids and doctor's appointments and all that sort of stuff, which I still do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that don't do it because workers do it.
Right.
All that sort of stuff. A lot of that's been taken off our hands. I mean, sometimes obviously it's got to be, but it's a matter of what time people have got, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, Sue and Helen, we're of course really honoured that you're here with us because we're launching the first ever carer strategy for OzChild. And OzChild's Thriving Families Carer strategy does provide teams with a very clear focus on how we can best support our carers, and of course their family members, to ensure their long-term well-being and happiness. And at the heart of our strategy is partnership with our carers. Now, with this in mind, ladies, what would you like OzChild's staff to know in particular about your caring experience?
That we have experience.
Yeah.
That we do have experience, and it's not a bad thing to have to ask them a question to support us, but it's also not a bad for them to ask us a question if they need to. Yeah, because sometimes we do have a little bit more experience than them.
Because some of the workers are a lot younger now than they used to be,
Of
and we actually know a bit more, unfortunately, than they do. So
Yes, I can imagine.
But they
Yeah,
are
so
they're willing to.
it's helpful. It's
Accept,
helpful to the workers.
Yeah.
Of course.
Too.
And what can we do to support carers? What's your advice there? What do you think needs to improve?
The OzChild are good at supporting. They have been
Yeah.
very good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if
I mean, we hear a lot of carers with other agencies and stuff get no support,
at all.
nothing, and they don't like it when we can say, oh well,
We do this
you know,
and we
do
get
this
that.
and we do that.
So we do have good supportive agency, very good. You know, babysitting, they do offer to babysit, or if they come and they're doing their, weekly, fortnightly visit, whatever they do, and then I've got to quickly run out and go and pick up the kids, she'll sit there and entertain the others, so I don't have to put them all in the car and go off and pick up the kids. I think they're supportive. Yeah. I love my workers.
And Sue, 47 years, what do you think is one of the key things to support you to keep going with this wonderful journey you've been on?
I just like to know that I've got someone there that if I need to make a phone call, that I can get hold of somebody, and I always have been able to.
That's incredible.
Well, they return a call pretty quick, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, it's easy to see from these two incredible ladies, Sue and Helen, how important it is to look after them and their families, because in turn, of course, it looks after the incredible children that we get to support through OzChild services. Thank you both so much, Sue and Helen, for sharing your stories and your views with me today. I know that I'm really looking forward to this new strategy, as I'm sure you both are, because this strategy is the way forward for the future of our foster and kinship